What's up, everyone? My name is Ben Reza, and I've been betting sports truly for as long as I can remember. My favorite thing in the world is to bet sports. I've been doing it, feels like all my life. It's fun. It's tilting. It's frustrating. But you know what also is? Profitable. It can really be profitable, and that's what I'm here to talk about today. We're going to have some fun. We are going to talk about sports betting, not as you've never heard it. You may have seen this, you may have heard whispers, but I'm going to kind of open the doors and talk about my experience as a sports bettor and how I found success with a proven strategy that can make money in the long term. Is it an ATM? Is it a print fest? No. Over time, though, there are strategies that you can use to make money betting sports. And let's talk about some of those today here at Odd Shopper. Now let's take a step back. Let's not get crazy just yet. I want to kind of pose these questions and see, maybe you're different. Maybe you're like me. Maybe you're like most people. When I started betting sports, what was I betting? My favorite teams, favorites, overs, rooting for a lot of points, a ton of parlays where it felt like I would only miss one leg. Oh, so close. I hit 4 or 5. Oh, if this guy just got a couple more baskets, I would have cashed this parlay. And I started to realize, okay, I must be missing something because I always feel like I'm doing okay. I go on these little stretches, then I go on a cold streak. It feels like I'm never gonna win. I add it all up, and then I'm down a little. And it's what the books are doing. That's the juice, that's the vig, that's unprofitable parlays. That's how they get you. Started tracking it, refining it, figuring out how can I get better? How can I get better? Not just being overs, not just betting favorites. And then I discovered, not that I invented it, but a strategy that can take it to the next level. And what it is called, you may have seen it out there, it's becoming more prevalent, is a market-based approach to sports betting. It's not glamorous, but man, does it work. And the beauty of it, you don't have to be a NASA scientist to do this, because there are really two kind of proven methods in the sports betting space to make money over the long term. The first one is have projections or data that is simply better than the sports books. If they say that the spread is a 7-point spread and you say, I've run the numbers and it should be 12 points, well, that's a pretty simple way to make some money. The problem is, good luck having more accurate projections than some of the top end sports books, some of the market makers that are really putting a ton of resources into crafting accurate lines. If you can do that, easy game, and you should do that. The problem is, for most of us, including me, I cannot do that. I don't have supercomputers. I don't have things like that. It's just not possible for me to do that on every sport that I want to bet. So what is the second approach? How are we able to make money and beat the books? Use the books against themselves. That is what a market-based approach is. And that is what we're going to talk about. So what is it? What is this use the books against themselves? What it means is that all the books out there, and there are a ton, they set their lines. Some of them make the lines, originators. They're saying, okay, we're putting this line out. We're super confident. Other books say, I'm going to copy that guy. It's like in school. If you don't know, maybe you copy the guy next to you and say, okay, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to kind of take their line. But there are a couple different ways out there. And what happens with a line, we start to find disagreements, discrepancies. Some books say, no, this should be minus 130. And other books say, no, the same line, it should be minus 160. And then there might be a book that says, it should be minus 180. I don't know what you guys are talking about. And now we say, okay, well, they can't all be right. There has to be a true odds. There has to be a break-even point. And when we see that, we can take advantage, because to me, logically, and this is the core things of a market-based approach, majority rules. The smart books, the leaders, the originators, I trust them. I mean, again, I'll use these kind of primitive examples. If I poll 10 of my friends on a topic and 9 are doctors and it's a health question, and one guy has no medical advice and he says something different, I'm not listening to him. I'm going to go with the 9 doctors and say they all agree. And then I got one bozo over here who says something different. I'm going to short that. I'm going to pick on that guy. And it is the same thing with sports books. We can find books that have hung an inefficient line. And what happens? It's pretty simple. The line appears and then it disappears, because these books are not stupid. they're going to see money coming in on them, and they're going to say, we made a mistake. We got to correct this. This is a fluid market, and it's constantly changing. And that's the beauty of the market-based approach. Every so often, constantly, if you're vigilant, you're going to see inefficient lines appear. We got to be quick. We got to be ready. And most importantly, we need a system to identify it. Now, you can do this by hand. If you know where the originators are, you can try to have that up on one screen. You're searching, you're kind of scavenger hunting the books, you're running it, you're removing the VIG, you're getting the true line, you're shopping it. It can be done. I used to do it in an Excel spreadsheet for quite a while, and it works. It's just a lot of time. But now you're seeing more and more people have invented tools. They have created tools, and I'm sure a lot of professional bettors have had this on their own for a very long time, and there's a lot more that goes into it at the top levels. We're just talking about, let's turn some of our money into more money here. Again, whether you're just starting out, you're a recreational bettor, you're kind of an average bettor, you've been betting for a while, it does not matter. This works. And now there are tools that can show this in real time. And I'm going to bring up one, of course, here at OddsShopper, we have this. This is something that I use every single day. And again, it just illustrates what we're talking about here, a market-based approach using the books against themselves. So this is a kind of a snapshot of examples of this approach. I'm just going to reference it and we're going to talk through it, because once you see this, the light switch is going to come on. You're going to say, wow, I get it. I get it. Doesn't mean it wins all the time, but it does mean we are getting the lines where we want them, and we're using the books against themselves. Jamal Murray assists under 6.5. The line on that is -122 on FanDuel. -122. What we have done here is there is a line, and you see the column, it says true odds. The true odds, which we're saying is the break-even point, where if you bet it over time at -136, you would make no money. You wouldn't lose any money either. It would just be a wash, is -136. You're laying -122. True odds, -136. There it is. We've beat the true odds. Now, what does it really mean? What are true odds? Well, I'll show you. We're about to see the discrepancy. I'm going here and I'm going to drill down into this prop. We're scrolling and we look at some of these numbers right here at other books. They have changed it drastically. Bet Rivers -155 for the same prop. PointsBet, a couple of cents more as well. These books said, I don't even want to deal with this. We're going to 5.5. We're going to change the actual prop. Never mind the 6.5 juice. We don't even want to deal with that. This is the core process of it. And there are other books, obviously, non-US books, non-domestic books that are some of the sharpest out there that go into this calculation, the pinnacles of the world, to say we need to see what they're saying, because we trust them more than anyone. They are the doctors from the previous example, not the idiots. That's how you craft the true odds. It does it for you. Then it's simple. True odds, just shop the number against the true odds. That's all you need to do, because over time, if the true odds is more accurate, and why wouldn't it be? Again, it's a consensus of the best, sharpest books in the world against one book. One book is disagreeing with this. Jamal Murray, FanDuel is disagreeing with this right now. They may change. They may say, wow, everyone else says we're wrong, that we should move to 5.5. We should up the juice on 6.5. They probably will. And that is what we can do over and over and over again. It works. I'm telling you, it works. It's a true tested method that people have been using for a long time. And I'm not going to lie, the secret is getting out. We're not the only people in the world doing this. And while that happens, it's going to become harder and harder. You want to take advantage of this while you still can. Books are not stupid. They are looking for ways to combat this. It's very difficult. It's very complicated for them. But in the meantime, let's take advantage of their inaccuracies. Let's take advantage of the market against itself. And you can do that here. Obviously, I use OddsShopper. If you ever do want to check it out, we do have trials. The link is below. But no matter where you're getting this information from, it works. The market-based approach is a method that I trust. I've been using it for quite a while, and I will keep using it until the books do something else, because there is no doubt that if you use the information that the books provide you and you search for the one book that made the mistake and sees that number, you lock that number in, good things are going to happen to you in the sports betting world. So again, just a little peek behind the glass. It's not anything crazy. We're not giving out these mind-blowing things. It's simple. Get the true odds, shop it, and find those lines that are just hanging off, that are just really for a small amount of time inaccurate, and good things will happen. Track it if you don't believe me. Test it out if you don't believe me. I'm telling you guys, it works. Market-based approach, and one of the many tools here at OddsShopper that can help you do that. Again, enjoy. Thanks again. Stay tuned for more content here, but I hope you take this into the future and kind of incorporate it into your process, and let me know if you have any questions. You can always hit me up on Twitter at JazzRazDFS. Good luck. Happy betting. Talk to you guys soon.